Hello everyone, today we're going to be renovating my 10-minute build challenge that I did. I truly believe this house had so much potential, so I brought it to life. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more fun videos, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch at AirheadedAaron, where I play The Sims 4 and more fun exciting games. And now let's get to it. Okay, so I wanted to come back to this house because I had a vision for it and I needed to bring it to life. So here we are, back at it again, renovating this 10-minute build challenge that I did. I wanted to keep the original vibe, so I kept the pink and green color scheme. I kind of forgot about the dark browns, but that's okay, I still think the house looks good. My original idea was gonna be a 70s theme for the house with neon pink and green, but I wanted to match the green on the door, so it kind of went for a more pastel vibe, which is totally fine. I still think the vision that was in my head was created in the house, so I'm very happy with the results. I didn't realize in my 10-minute build challenge that the windows don't match the door frame, so I'm gonna change the windows to base game ones just to match. And I had a lot of trouble with the windows for the bedroom because I wanted the size, but there was no matching swatch. So I was thinking, how do I compromise? Do I just choose a smaller window that's the same color, or do I keep this window and just choose a swatch that's very close to it? Ultimately, I decided to just keep the window and just choose a swatch, so don't look too close at it. And I was gonna use the base game windows, but they were a little too small, and I just decided to just stick them in the back. Because there were no windows in the back, I forgot to put windows in the back, in the side. I only put them on the front. We are now on the inside. You might have noticed on the outside of the house I put 2 roof swatches, but I changed it back to 1. I was thinking of putting 2 roof swatches because it did look cool for a minute, but I have such a hard time knowing when to stop, knowing when things look tacky, when things don't look cool. So I just made it 1 roof again. I had to keep it simple, dial it back a little. You'll see me do that in the kitchen too. I think about like putting a platform there, but again, I decided to just keep it simple, keep it clean, but it still looks good. I think it came out well in the end. I'm just putting some placement furniture down just to see if I have enough room. I had to shrink the bathroom down a little because the living space was just too small. I had no room. And now you'll see me putting an island in the kitchen. Once again, this house, too small for anything. I couldn't put the island, and I'd rather a dining room table than just an island with bar stools. So I wanted to use the separate stove and oven, but I don't know if you guys have been having the same problem, but whenever I use that, my Sims just don't cook. So I had to stick with the combined stove and oven. And then you see me putting the platform and those curtains. I really like those curtains from the kit that was free a few months ago. I really like the piece that came with it, the little curtain rod. I think that's a really good detail to add. And I didn't know that I alt placed these windows during my 10-minute build challenge, so I had to alt place the windows again, which took me a little trouble, but that's okay. I just cut it out for you guys because you don't need to watch all that. And I was feeling the kitchen was a little too pink, so I wanted to add some green to it. So I was thinking maybe a green curtain or maybe some green accessories. Maybe I'll change the fridge to green. But ultimately, I decided with pink curtains, and I was just going to use some green details. So this house was supposed to be a starter home, but unfortunately, I went a little over budget. It's 33,000 simoleons, so it's not really a first starter home, but I think it can be worked up to. Like maybe if a couple is living in a apartment and they finally saved enough for this first house, or you have a teenage sim who's about to age up into a young adult, but they have rich parents and this will be their first house. I don't know, the stories are endless. But that's the best thing with The Sims. The possibilities are limitless. There's so many things you can do. But speaking of this game, the new pastel kit that's coming out soon, I think is gonna look so good with this house. The colors in that pack will complement the colors in this house as well. So if I do end up getting the pack, maybe I'll come back to this house and add a few more details, switch it up a bit. This house is not limited at all in the slightest. I used so many packs. It's probably like one item from just a pack, but I use so many. I do have all the packs for The Sims 4. I know the chokehold that EA has on me is too strong, but I really like the items, so I wanted to buy them, and I wanted to just collect them. Growing up, I never had the complete collection of any Sims game. My first Sims game that I played was The Sims 2, and I had a few packs for that, but I was still a kid, so I wasn't able to buy them myself, so I couldn't get all of them. And same with The Sims 3. I remember someone gave me money for Christmas, and I just bought 3 Sims packs. I remember I bought Generations, Ambitions, and Cats and The Sims 3 Pets. I almost said Cats and Dogs. I'm so used to The Sims 4. But yeah, those are the 3 packs I bought with the Christmas money, and those are so fun. Changed my life. So I really like this bookshelf that came with high school years. I think the color matches really well with the wall from the Maximalist kit that you see there. It kind of reminded me of being built in, so I decided to use it. And I feel like this house was getting a little too green and pink. Cosmo and Wanda were becoming a little too apparent, so I had to add some yellow. So I just put the yellow desk, and that little study area gave me so much trouble. I don't know if it was like the size was too small or if the colors were just not matching, but I couldn't find a desk chair. I just had to cut it out. It took me so long. You'll see soon how it turns out. And I was thinking maybe I want to change the green in the coffee table, but the green in the coffee table matches the door, so I wanted to keep it. So it worked out in the end, but it just gave me so much trouble. So in this little study area, I wanted to add like a reading nook. I wanted to give your Sims a chair to sit so they can just read and relax. I was thinking of using this small round ottoman here, but I didn't really like how the round ottoman looked with the round end piece of the desk you see there. So I decided to switch it for another chair, but we ultimately decided to come back to it. So you'll see in the final build, it'll be there. When you see the when you see the landscaping, there's really not gonna be a lot to it because I don't have a backyard. This house was too small to be able to fit a backyard entirely, but there is landscaping back there. I did put a tree, a few plants, so it'll blend in with the environment around you, but you can add a back door if you'd like, and a backyard if you'd like. This house is kind of small, but it's on a fairly sizable lot, so there is a lot of room to expand. Like, you can expand the back, you can go up and add a second floor, but yeah, there's no backyard. Let's go back to speaking of Sims packs. I have bought all the packs except the Star Wars pack. That is the one pack that I will not ever buy for The Sims 4. I don't know why. The Star Wars in The Sims just doesn't appeal to me, and I just know I won't ever use it. So it would be a waste of my money. I don't really play with the occults though either, like the werewolves or the vampires or the mermaids. I don't know why I bought those packs, but I did. Let's go back to talking about the build. So I'm still working, just pulling out some items that I want to use around the house. Just a few more clutter details before I move on to the bathroom and the bedroom. I wanted to just finish the living space. Does anyone else, when they get stuck on a spot in the build that they're building, do they just move on? Because I think I did that a lot in this build. I couldn't find a desk chair, so I just moved on to the living room. I couldn't find a rug, so I just moved on to the bathroom. Like, because I needed to get this build done. I couldn't just be stuck in that one spot. If I couldn't finish that, I just had to move on to the next one. And here we are on the bathroom. I wanted to break up the pink a little, so I decided to go for a bluish green kind of bathroom and just use pink accents. Like you see the shower bath combo has a pink curtain. I also used that bathtub because I wanted to go cheap. This was around the time when I was thinking, okay, I kind of want this to be a starter home. I'm not focusing on budget, so let me start worrying about that. So I used the cheap bathtub in the bathroom, and I'm getting a few more details. I wanted to use that rug from Parenthood, but again, I didn't want to add too many packs, even though this build already has 18 of them. So I decided to just use a high school years one because I know I was already using the high school years pack. I was using the desk, I was using the bookshelf, I'm sure I was using something else from there. I'm using the dresser you see. I'm moving on to the bedroom now. I'm using everyone's favorite mirror. I really like that mirror. That is my favorite mirror as well. I think it is the best mirror in the game. It's just so big and it stands up. And some of the mirrors are really high on the wall. So I don't really feel like they fit that well. And they can't go down with the move objects on cheat. At least I don't know how to make them go down with the move objects on cheat. I know it's the 9 key and the 0 key, but the mirrors just don't move. I wonder why. It might be the reflection. Who knows? But I'm using the same curtains in the bedroom. Those aren't going to stay because I added a window to the back of the bedroom, and those curtains were too long to go behind the bed. So I used the smaller one, and I really like the smaller one better. So I decided to use it. Oh, that's where I put get to work. I was wondering why it said I had get to work in the build. I didn't think I used it at all, but I used that picture with the mannequin. Okay. Because it was pink and I wanted to add pink to the bedroom because the bedroom is going to be green. Okay, that makes sense. I wanted to make the bedroom green because the house's main color was pink. And I didn't want the whole house to be pink. I wanted to break it up. It was supposed to be pink and green. So I decided to make the bedroom green. And I really like those figurines that came with University. But you see I'm looking and around the bedroom there was just so many faces. You saw it had the face on the clock. The cow plant had a face. The freezer bunny had a face. So I don't know why it looked off to me. And changing the big figurine to the pink one and the small figurine to the green one just fixed it. I don't know how, I don't know why, but just switching those two colors fixed it. So the house is almost done. I'm working on lighting now. I always do lighting last just because I always use the same lights and the light goes away during gameplay, so it doesn't really affect me what they look like, me personally. But I don't really use lamps either because again, the lights are just there to light up the build. I don't really use lights for decoration like lamps and stuff. But I decided to use it because I think it looked good and I think it went well with the house. The inside's almost done. We're going to be moving on to the outside soon, and I am not a big landscaper. I don't know how to landscape at all. Some people can just make it look really good. I know they can just put the plants together and it just creates a wonderful garden, but for me, landscaping is just not my forte. I always put the plants too far away from each other or too close. I don't put enough rocks. I put too many rocks. I just can't get it right. So if you have any landscaping tips, please put them in the comments down below. I would love to hear all your tips and tricks, what you do, What's your favorite plant? Or even if you have a fun fact for me, tell me a fun fact about a plant in the comments down below too. And plus, I really like Oasis Springs. I think Oasis Springs might be one of my favorite worlds, and they don't really have a lot of plants in Oasis Springs because it's a desert. I think I might have put too many trees, but I still think it looks good. I didn't really have a plan for the landscaping. I kind of just looked around the environment and picked some plants that looked similar to the house, or that looked similar to the environment, excuse me, and it just went from there. So I put the little flowers, I put some cacti, I put some rocks. I think the rocks match the color of the rocks match the colors in the environment, so hopefully that's the right color rock. And I didn't want to forget a garbage can, so you might have saw me put that out halfway through the build, so I'm finally putting it away, just sneaking it to the side. And I don't know, the house looked a little too empty, so I wanted to just add a few more landscaping. I'm gonna add some terrain paint too. Don't worry, I didn't forget about the terrain paint. I just like to do it last after I know I finished all the landscaping, even though I'm going to go back and add some more to the back of the house because I felt the back of the house was a little too empty as well. And soon the house will be done and I can walk you through it. Okay, so we are back at the house. I'm gonna do one final walkthrough. So first you walk in the front door, the green front door. You come into the dining room, and then you got your tiny kitchen with your pink fridge, and then the nice tiger wallpaper with the living room, and the nice little flamingo. Oh, that's my favorite object. It's so cool. And then you turn this corner, you've got your little study area with your little reading nook here with the little ottoman you can sit on. This door is gonna lead you into the tiny bathroom. Nothing special, you've just got the toilet, the bathtub, the little picture. And then this door here is going to be the bedroom. Bam! Look at all of that. You've got the nice little bed. This ottoman's cool. I really like that print. I think that print looks really cool. You've got everyone's favorite mirror. You got Mr. Cowplant and a Mr. Cat with the plant. And you've got the pop art sloth. Well, I hope you had a splendid time watching me renovate this 10-minute build challenge. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Bye!